And for more on this legal battle, I want to now welcome Washington State Governor Jay Inslee. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Governor. And let's first start. I'd like to hear your reaction to this ruling in Texas and the DOJ's emergency filing today to put a stay on the judge's decision involving mifepristone.
Well, first off, it's highly unusual. This drug has been used effectively and safely for over 2 decades now. And I'm always cautious about commenting on litigation, but it seems to me very unusual that some judge would, after 2 decades of safe usage, would peel back 2 decades of FDA approval. From this vantage point, it seems much more like based on ideology by a President Trump appointed judge who has shown his predilection to try to roll back this right that women have had now in our country for decades, rather than a decision on the merits. So it's very troublesome, but the good news is we have found a way in our state to protect the right of choice in our state, to make mifepristone available to our citizens. And I'm glad we've been able to do that, regardless of what the judge does. Even if the judge's ruling is upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court, we will be able to distribute this drug because of our state laws now that we have obtained 30,000 doses that are on hand in the state of Washington. So that's the good news.
Yeah, so let's talk about that decision here. It was last week that you announced you were purchasing, what, a 3-year supply of this abortion medication in preparation. You're not the only one. Democratic governors in California, Massachusetts doing the same thing. So tell me about the strategy that you see in stockpiling this drug.
Well, when we did it, it was an insurance policy, and it turns out it was needed. We anticipated the court's ruling in Texas. Under our state law, we are entitled to provide this pharmaceutical product to our citizens under our state law. And the judge can't stop us in Texas because under our state law, we are entitled to do this. But it was important that we obtain this product before the court's ruling. It's a bit of an anomaly that the FDA approval may have been necessary to deliver the product, but now that we have it under our state law, we can distribute it. So that's the reason we wanted to get it physically in the state of Washington. We have to be ahead of the curve because they're going to come after the rights of women all across the United States. And it's a certain sad irony that for years, the Republicans said, well, this is a local decision. We don't want to have a national decision here. Now we've got another threat out of Idaho, as you know, where Idaho is trying to punish intrude on the right to travel across state lines. So it just shows you the hydra-headed nature of this attack on women's rights in the United States.
Well, so I wanted to ask you about that in a couple ways here. First of all, as you mentioned, do you see any way this doesn't end up, before the Supreme Court? And then given the current balance of the court, are you concerned about access to this drug, especially considering some people that will be traveling to Washington to get it from other states?
I am concerned. As I said, I think we're in the clear. We're safe here for access to this pharmaceutical in Washington, but in other states, not so much. We should always be concerned about this Supreme Court. We've seen some things that were extremely troublesome from them, including their ability to peel back 50 years of settled law. People who went on the bench who told the Senate in their confirmation hearings that they respected the concept that this was settled law. So yes, we ought to be concerned about this. At least one federal judge has ruled to the contrary here in Eastern Washington. And we are not powerless on this. We just need to vote. As people have voted in Kansas, when this was on the ballot in Kansas, people voted to protect this right. So I just think this is maybe a further wake-up call that a woman's right of choice is in every election across the United States for the foreseeable future. That's what we can do about this.
Governor Jay Inslee, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.